Joining us is National Trial Attorney Mike Jaafar, who has had strong opinions about this trial from the very beginning. And correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, but you, I believe, are on the side of that state has not proven their case, that you are certainly, like me, sitting with quite a bit of reasonable doubt.
Yeah, I believe that there's no way they met their burden even before the defense took the case because of the overwhelming physical need for the strength she would have needed to move Gary from one part of the house to the burn pit. I believe they didn't meet it. I have never believed that they met their burden, especially when her daughter took the stand and said that her mom has scoliosis and she's 120 pounds, he's 330 pounds. And one more thing, Michael, I'm not nearly as talented as an attorney as the great Jack Rice, but on day 2 of deliberation, I did predict that this would be a hung jury. I predicted that, and I predicted it when the jury was asking to hear the recordings over and over and over, despite the fact that during the case they heard it multiple times. I'm very proud of this jury. They're doing their homework. Anytime a jury takes more than 48 hours, I know they're doing their homework. And when I was asked, why do you think they want to listen to these, even though they've been listened to multiple times, it's because there's politics that go into play in these jury rooms. Lots of politics. They take a poll when they first go back, and they're not a monolith. When they go back to start their deliberations, they're not always on the same page. They don't even know what the other person's thinking, so they take an immediate poll to see where they are, and then the politics start between jury members of one person trying to convince somebody to take their position, right? Because we're all human beings, right? All of us want to be agreed with. Nothing would make me happier than if people tell me, hey, I agree with you. If somebody tells me I don't agree with you, I'll pretend that it doesn't bother me, but it will really bother me deep down. And so if I'm in a jury setting, I'm going to want to convince other jurors of my position, and they're going to want to convince me of their positions. So I predicted that this would be a hung jury on day 2 only because of that, but I have never believed that they met their burden. The state never showed me how, even in their theory of the case, how Melody Farris murdered Gary Farris in one part of the house and moved him to another part of the house. They've just never shown it to me. And so for me, case wasn't proven, but it might end up in a hung jury.